The title of this kid is The Prodigal Son. Many of us here are prodigal sons. We still live like the prodigal son. But there's good news. The good news is God is willing to help us cross over to the other side. Amen. If we let Him. Romans 4 verse 17, there was a description of God as giving life to the dead and calling the things that are not as though they were. So don't write yourself off. If you're the prodigal, the Lord pushes you to the other. Amen. Sing to every word and be blessed. Amen. Every word.
Amen. Do you ever get tired of your normal, boring day-to-day life? Do you? Yes. Well, I know I do. Or should I say, I did. And I decided to do something about it. You see, conventional wisdom says that we live our lives and then sometime later, our parents die. And all that they have left is passed down to us, their inheritance. But hey, that was not good enough for me. I mean, I want my money and I want it right now. So one day, I just walked right up to my dad and I told him,
Dad, I want what's coming to me right now. That's what my younger son said to me. I want what's coming to me right now. All at that moment, I'm just thinking, I would like to give you what's coming to you right now. I brought you into this world and I can take him out and make another one just like him. But he's my son and I love him. As much as he paid me, I gave him all his money and told him that if he could have a better life on his own without me, then so be it. He packed his bags and the next thing I knew,
I was out of there. Kiss that boring place goodbye. I had places to go. I had people to see. So the very first thing that I did was,
my son got lost. He got lost. I love him. He's not Christopher Columbus. I even heard he had to ask for directions at least 4 times before we made it out of Tver.
It was free, and one of them was not even my fault. I couldn't understand what that guy was explaining. I saw the story. Okay, thank you. And besides that, the real reason why I'm not good with directions is because somebody never taught me how to follow directions.
Don't go there.
Fine. I got out of there and I started to live with someone. I had more friends than I knew what to do with. I was eating like a king. I had the finest of clothes and the ladies. Can I say about the ladies?
Well, I can say something about the ladies. They were women, but they were not ladies.
Okay, fine. Never mind. The ladies, life was good.
Until my son's money ran out. Around the same time, the recession hit our country.
It was a very difficult time. There were no jobs to be found. I mean, I already tried looking for a good job, but I just couldn't find it. But eventually I found a job. It wasn't that bad. It was a manager's position.
And?
It was an associate's position.
And?
Okay, fine. I was a bacon operation assistant. I fed pigs. I did that job. It didn't pay much. I didn't enough money for a place to live, or for shelter, food. Sometimes I would grow so hungry, I could have gladly eaten the disgusting scraps I was feeding the pigs, but I couldn't. They wouldn't allow me. And so, with 100 pigs, was that constant reminder of how I just squandered all that my dad had given me. I lived in agony, day after day after day.
Day after day after day, I would watch nights and wait for my son to come home. My heart would ache like only a parent's heart could for his own child. But hear me on this. I never gave up on him. I never gave up on my son. I knew it would happen one day.
One day it hit me. One day I realized that the lowliest of my father's workers lived better than I did. At least they had a place to live. At least they had food to eat. But I had neither one of those things. And so I wondered.
Then I wondered, what if he never comes back to his senses? What if he just lets sprites come out of his own way? No. I will see him again.
Again and again, these thoughts went through my mind as I made the way back to my father's house. I know what I would tell him. Well, there was no way that he would just take me back as his son, and I wouldn't expect to get a hand. So I would ask him to hire me on as one of his workers. Maybe he will do that. Just maybe.
Maybe today will be the day that my son will come home. That's what I will say every morning when I wake up. Maybe today will be the day that I will see him from a distance as he makes his way back home.
Home. That word means so many things to me. Care, comfort, security, love. I couldn't believe that I was just a few hundred yards away from it.
It was a beautiful day. I was sitting on my front porch, and that's when I saw him.
And he stood up out of his chair. He looked towards my direction. He squinted his eyes to get a better look. And that's when I began to wonder, what if he doesn't take me back? What if I get to him and he just looks at me and he says, I told you so, I told you so.
Some of you would just roll your eyes every time I would mention my son. But I knew he would come back. I just knew.
I just knew this was never a good idea. I knew I shouldn't have done. So I just stopped.
And he just stood there.
I couldn't move.
I couldn't just stand there, so
he jumped. My dad literally jumped out of the chair. It was like it was this little kid who was so excited about something. And then it hit me. He was excited about me. And so do you know what he did next? He ran.
My heart was pounding so fast. I just had to get to him.
He was running so fast. I've never seen him run that fast. He was running at me, his hands stretched wide, as if to say, welcome home, welcome home.
I was shouting from a distance. I did not even know if he could hear me, but I kept shouting over and over again. All I wanted to do was just to scoop him up in my arms like he was a little child and let him know that everything was going to be okay. And as I got closer to him, I could see tears rolling down his face.
He was crying.
Tears of joy. And you know what my son did next?
I jumped. I was nervous. I was excited. I just jumped. And do you know what my dad did next?
Well, I fell backwards. He's a big boy.
And then he embraced me. He hugged me like only a loving father can. Right at the moment, all I could just think of was, I just went down on my knees, kept on telling him, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't deserve to be called a son.
My son is back. Get him some clothes. Oh, get him some food. No, a feast for my son will not let God an offering. I guess it's been hope. All my hopes have come true.
Hope that made me begin that journey back home. Hope that took me through all the miles. A hope that my dad would take me back home, and that somehow I would be okay.
Forgiven. It's all forgiven. And I will never bring it up again. There's no shame, no pain. There's no guilt. There's no condemnation. For my son was lost, and now he's found.